Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, September 22nd, and we are going to dive into our COT report for the data that came out on Friday, September 20th. We'll be starting with a quick reminder that derivatives trading is inherently risky and past performance is not indicative of future returns. To recap our equities from last week, we'll start with Tesla here. Tesla was stuck between our pivot and upper rotational zone ahead of FOMC, and then had a nice breakout long from 232 to almost 245, stopping just $2 shy of our target for a nice clean $13 move. PLTR had a nice move up on Monday, stopping 8 cents shy of our target, and pivot at 37.52. So I hope you guys were able to catch some of those, and the S&P as well. Commercials did add to their net long as we headed into FOMC and the all-time high push. We broke out of our rotational zone at 57.29 and hit our first target at 57.92, and then returned back down on Friday to our rotational high for another 40-point bounce or so. And then we had the FOMC this week that moved back and forth just like the old Viking ship roller coasters, where we go to one side and then all the way back to the other. And so did you ride the FOMC roller coaster? Did you know when to get on and off? We could see the positioning ahead of time to know what the likeliest direction was, but then also, were you surprised when it didn't stick? We'll touch back on that here in just a second. Just realize that when we have these data points, the proverbial they will usually do a very good job of forcing everyone to one side and then back to the other. And they did that this time with all the insurance purchases that we mentioned in last week's video. And when the hurricane came and it missed, it changed the equation. So the insurance providers made all the money. In these situations, the they has the advantage, but we also have tools to help you see this and take advantage. And if you don't know where to look for the hundreds of billions positioned ahead of these events, then you are playing the game at a disadvantage. So if you think of an NFL quarterback, they study video, they understand what the defensive schemes are going to be before the game starts. So then when it comes time to come up to the line, they have the highest odds setups for if they should go on a run or a pass or call an audible. And we want to be positioned in the same way. So when we get to the line and it's time for the catalyst to come out, we already know what the highest odds moves are and if this buying is going to stick or not. And it was very clear ahead of the event that these were going to be closing orders and not opening orders. And if you want to be able to do the same, you'll need to learn to level up so that you can understand these at a professional level and not just a recreational level, to capitalize and be able to call these audibles. So for the week ahead, we will watch for rotational price action between 57.83 and 55.92 with our pivot at 56.79. If we get over 57.83, our pivot is 58.62 with a target of 59.21. And if we break 55.92, then our pivot is 54.91 with a target of 54.24. So let's play a little game here for next week's video. We're going to play Guess the Year, and we'll give you the answer on probably at the end of the week or next week's video. It's September 18th. The FOMC cuts rates by 50 basis points for the first cut in the cycle, with the market near all-time highs or at all-time highs. And there is active conflict in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine. Also, the president's last name starts with a B. So think of your guesses and comment or join our Discord and submit your response. And if you want access to proprietary tools to see the positioning, as we mentioned, for FOMC in advance of an event or a day, or to learn to trade any market, you can check out our website. New courses began yesterday. Or if you want access to other analysis of instruments, join our professional Discord. Be sure to check in next week for our quiz answer, understanding the Fed's credit card and how the market is like a restaurant. Have a great week trading out there.